Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, and I'm back for a little Anime Monday, reacting to anime on Monday. And today I'm continuing with Susu no Frieren, Frieren Beyond Journeys, and episode 5. This one is called Phantoms of the Dead. So, the last episode there was a lot of talk of death and the afterlife. I mean, the whole show so far is themed to death, being that Frieren lived so long. And we saw exactly how, not maybe quite exactly how long last time, but we got a good sense of it. She's been alive for over 1,000 years. So everyone dying around her, etc. Yeah, we saw that there's a legendary mage named Flame or something like that, who's just a normal human, I think, just had a normal human lifespan. But Frieren was an apprentice for her about 1,000 years before the current timeline on the show here. Now this mage's teachings they're kind of like being faked, I guess, or stuff. Or she and Frieren last time were doing work for a town, like how they keep going from town to town doing stuff, collecting spells, etc. And they just had like a fake teaching, which Frieren knew, but she did it anyway. They saw the sunrise at the New Year's festival. Actually, that last episode was perfect to start the new year on, this new year, 2025, because it dealt with that. But yeah, a lot of talk about the Oriole, I think it was called, or I'm probably saying it wrong, but the land where souls go, supposedly when they die. There's debate over that. We saw flashback to the original 4, where Heiser, the priest, and Eisen, the dwarf, were kind of arguing over it, or had a difference of opinion over whether it's real or not. And Heiser said it's real. He wants to believe it's real, because that's better for people, essentially, to have something to hold on to. Kind of basically the concept of, you don't know whether there's an afterlife or not, so some people think that, why risk it, or not even risk it, but just why, might as well believe there is. Hedge your bet sort of thing, I guess. I think Heider was speaking more from the fact that, humans strive so hard in life to do things that would be too cruel if there's nothing after for them to go to, where Eisen was saying there is, you die and it's over. Kind of what I more personally believe in the real world. But I did like that Eisen kind of changed. We met him again last time. Frieren went to come chill with him. It was only 30 years later, or something like that. What's up? I'm here to hang out. That was funny, but he seemed to have changed his opinion in that time period since Heider's death and everything else, I guess. So he lives a long time too. We don't know exactly how long dwarves live, but he's definitely not as long as us, it seems like, because he's still capable of being up and about, but he's not trying to go on a 10-year journey or exert himself too much, it seems like, which is what Frieren and Fern are about to do, I guess, at the end of the last one. Well, we also learned that Eisen wants to, him and Heider had a plan to get Frieren to learn how to speak to the dead. They want her to speak to Himmel. They think there was some missed opportunity there to understand each other better. I don't know if it's like a fully romantic thing or something like that, or just like for her to understand humans better. So that's interesting as well. That's what their plot is, and I guess it's succeeding so far. She's gonna go do it. Fortunately, I got some noise here, which is not ideal, but hopefully that'll stop soon. Yeah, it's the place they need to go to is just past, I guess, like the Demon Lord's castle, presumably our Demon Lord that they killed or whatever a mere few years back to Frieren. But also got a comment letting me know that, because I've been asking, like, wait, how old is Frieren now? And you can kind of figure it out, but the commenter told me that it's been, you could subtract 11 years since Himmel's death. So yeah, subtract 11 from the years since Himmel's death, and that's how you'll know how old. Fern says she's 16 when it's been 27 years since Himmel's death. Okay, and they do seem to start every episode saying, like, years since Himmel, the hero's death. But we'll see if they continue doing that this time. So I'm ready to get on into it. Let's go with episode 5 and see some Phantoms of the Dead.
大陸の遥か北の
Okay, that's her.
の人々が天
Flame Aureole.
私はかつての戦友たち
This is just a recap of
長い旅路にな
the end of last episode, basically. So Fern's gonna go with it even though it's 10 years of her life.
私なんですね。たった10年の冒険だよ。
Was he saying 1/100th of her life? Like she's gonna live 200 on average?
時間の無駄だからね。
Yeah, we had eyes in last time too. It's figuring out how Frieren's different now and asking, or realizing that she's a good master to Frieren, in his opinion.
後の冒険だって私のことも言ったっけね。
その100分の1が
Yes, it did.
また。
Will you?
2分の1ですから。レン様と過ごした時間です。
I feel like so far.
これからもっと多くなるよ。
I now see from the intro that it's Flammaz in there. We still haven't met that devious looking elf.
これからはフリーレンの言うことさもないと死んだ後に化けて出ます
From Aureole.
化けて出てきてくれるのですか？
くなりましたね誰
Certain
撤回しましょう
priest.
少しくらいなら化けて出てあげ
Is she dreaming about that? Alright, 28 years after the death of Emily here in the Will region. So let me see if I can do that quick math. So she's 17. Okay.
やめといた方がいいよ。不明になっているからね。幽霊どもに連れ去られたって。
Souls, ghosts.
アンデッドかな。
直接聞いてみたらどうだい？
I'll ask the people, not the that have seen them, not the spirits themselves.
死んだ身内や知り合いの幽霊が目撃されて
Seems typical.
いたようですね。そうなのですか？
操られた死体の総称だからね。でも今回は生前の姿のままない。
True.
これは全く別の系だから出会わないように気をつけな。
Avoid it. You're not gonna take them on.
朝一で村を
村の人たち困っていました。
みたいなこと言うね。
がっていい子なので。
どうせ峠道はと。
No, Fern does kind of look like him. Well, they have this both have purple hair, right? Is it possible that she's like one of his relatives? I guess not.
ここが最近村人が消えたば。
Because Hyder said her parents had died and whatever.
十分すぎるか。
I guess Himba was dead at that point though, so could be.
そうだね。どんな魔法だと思う？
で、獲物を誘い込む魔
Alright,
物が
so
いると
you're reading now. That's good.
書かれていました。
その種の魔物の中でも死者の幻影を見せて人を誘って大切だった人の
It's
幻
gonna show her Hyder.
幻影は魔法使いにとってみたいな高密度の魔力をぶつけ
Maybe not then.
幻影を撃てばいいのですね。
撃てる。
当然です。
合意をする先生の幻影を撃つ違いは聞き慣れていたから。
Oh, so they do see them. It just
だ
she's
と
just
して
saying
も
it's
気
like
分
a
のいいものじゃない。
fool them.
出るってどういうことなんです？
Good question.
霧が出てきましたね。
幻影が出てきたら迷わず撃つんだよ。
Oh, I didn't know she just got her staff to appear like that. Oh, there he is.
これが死者の幻影はない。
魔法使いらしくなりましたね
Now prove it by shooting
あ
me.
なたがいい子でいたから
記憶だ。
魔法昔から魔法が
Yeah, how does it know them?
なんて残酷なことを。
フェルン。てっきりまた先生が出てくるものかと思ってい
There's a new focus from your past.
っているってことかな。
Not speaking though, huh? Okay.
そうだね。金メダル。これでこの峠道は安全だね。
There's only two.
あれはハイター様の。
本物に会いに行こう。
Is he gonna be in the? Okay, yeah.
出しているんだから。
そうですね。
Bring him some wine, some ghost wine. 28 years in Regal Canyon.
あれが
Oh, so still the same amount of time.
初めて見ました。
魔導書があるでしょ。
相変わらず好きですね。
Dragon's hoarding it.
竜は魔力のこもったものを
They like a
高
treasure.
恐竜 戦車を何人も食っていればいいでしょう。
Buried in rock.
あまり手応えが。
やっぱり仕方がない。逃げるよ。
Okay.
ようやく負けた。
死ぬかと思い。
取ろうか。さすがにこれくり。竜と追いかけっこなんて魔法なのに仲間にするか。
ああ、探して沿いにある村に
Oh, this is a plan already.
俺の弟子なんだ。
Your apprentice.
いい戦士なの？
竜が近くにいるとは思えないほど。あの魔導書にはどのような
って見える魔法。
本当に変な魔法ばかり集め。
でも実用性はあるよ。
See if people got weapons.
範囲によっては隠し持っている
したいと。
Tony Stark.
武けたね。
あの竜が
He looks pleased with himself too.
そんな時に現れるを前にしても一歩も引か去って行きました。くれているおかげで
Well, we're taking him.
本に過ごせているの。
スタルク様に協力してもらえれば。俺もスタルクみたいな強い。
でも戦士なんてろくなもんじゃあまり刺激されると困るんだ。彼らが思っている以上に恐ろしい。額の傷も
大層な傷じゃないでしょ。
師匠の差し金か。
So I didn't know who they are. Just
外してくれ。
we're messing with the dragon.
俺の師匠の知り合いだ。怒っていただろ。
I think he's cool.
村にとどまる理由。
師匠のところに戻れって言うなら
仲間になってほしい。欲しいからね。
なぜ？
ただの趣味。
理由もなく戦う相手じゃねえだろ。おお。
そうだね。出てくれたバカがいた。それが理由になるかな。
I don't think it would be.
ねえな。
でしょ？
なるのは別に構わないぜ。公共竜だけは絶対に倒してもらう。
What's the reason?
時期俺一人じゃ厳しくてな。お前なら倒せるんだな。
30秒足止めしてもらえ。
30秒か。俺がやらないとダメかな。
シュタルク、魔物との戦闘経験。
助けてくれよフリーレン。立ち向かったんだよ。あいつ
This makes more sense why he hasn't killed it.
いいような相手じゃねえだら。英雄扱い。村の人たち超
スタルク、新しい必殺
だよ。
フリーレン様。
こいつは竜と戦える。
あればできる子みたいに。
晩だけ時間をやる。このままじゃいけないことくらい分かって。
So did he even get that scar from fighting a different dragon, or was he lying about that?
シュタルク様に会ってきたんだって。
残ったらいつもうちのご飯を美味しそう。
慕われていますね。
からね。
やさ言えませんでしたが。
臆病なのは物と戦った時。
Did we see what they're talking about?
ところは素直で可愛かったのに。
そうか。
さあね。単なる気まぐれか。
音でしょうか。
シュタルクでなら見て。
Practicing something?
戦士なの？
故郷の村が魔族に襲われた時と同じだ。俺の全てを叩き込んだ。誰かのために戦え。
いい戦士だ。
So do warriors use magic too, or like what's going on here? Their weapons can do that? Oh, he has been doing that the whole time, I guess.
修行の後だったのですね。
Frieren realized that. Guess we'll get the dragon fight next episode.
同じだ。
The
この村の
hero
英
of
雄
the
シュタルクなんだ。
showcase. So, met a new character. I believe he's in the opening, so we knew he'd be coming eventually. Stark, apprentice of Aizen. Interesting that Aizen said he's like him, like implying that he himself is at least used to be a coward. That's interesting, at least according to whatever his definition is. So he taught him everything he knew, and then Stark ran away from him, I guess it seems like. But he's slowly getting more or less cowardly, I guess. He did, stand up to the dragon initially, even though he just froze up. And the dragon, left, so everyone thinks, that it won't come because of him. Did it get everything it wanted out of the town, all the treasures? It has a grimoire that Frieren wants. I think that seeing through close spell got mentioned in another episode. It sounds familiar to me. And of course, Frieren just keeps saying how she's doing this for her hobby or whatever. But really, it's more about learning about humans. Of course, as we know, there's a really quick flashback to, I think it was Himmel doing a spell with a stone creature thing. And then she said that's the reason why, she was doing it, I guess, and then he complimented her or something. Anyway, doesn't make sense for humans still don't understand her completely, of course, but so I guess it seems like he'll be joining the crew. There'll be a threesome, and I don't know, with warriors, I guess they use weapons instead of spells, but the weapons clearly still seem to do a ton of damage or do something more than a normal axe would do, because he's been creating a huge crevice in that rock there over the past couple of years that he's been there, I guess. And before that in the episode, we saw the fake spirits of Heiter and Himmel, because the one town they're in had a monster that pretends to be your loved one or someone you knew from life, how they looked, and it even was able to know your memories, I guess, because we saw a flashback. It seemed like Fern was dreaming about something that really happened, or Heiter said he'll come back as a soul, initially if she's bad, but then, maybe she's good too or whatever, because she figured out, what he was saying. But the ghost was referencing that, so that's interesting. They could know that. And it's also Himmel's ghost was acting like him too. They really were acting like they're real people, because she was like, yeah, he would say to kill me. Wish they did, so they got that one out the way. So another good episode. More character building, new characters, we like that. And then we'll see how I'm sure it won't be too hard for them to kill this dragon. We'll have to have, well, she said she needs 30 seconds of distraction for Frieren, so we'll have to have Stark here stepping up, which I'm sure he will, maybe after an initial issue or two in the fight. I don't know what Fern's going to do in this battle, but probably something. But they've been cruising pretty easily, getting through stuff, so a little pushback from this dragon is interesting. Even though I still don't think I don't think it's going to go past the next episode, but we will see. The next episode was called What the Hero or something, right? It's referencing Stark. I assume, the hero of the village. So we'll learn more about that hero next time, if it is indeed Stark or whoever it is. Next Anime Monday, do join me back for that one. Stay subscribed to Drewz Viewz here, or get subscribed. And until then, I'm gonna be a phantom. Peace.
私はもう寝る。